Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt so real, so vivid, that for a moment you weren't sure where you were? Maybe you were flying above a city. Maybe you were talking to someone who hasn't been in your life for years. Maybe you were running or falling or discovering something strange and beautiful. And then suddenly, you wake up. The room is quiet. Your eyes adjust to the light. The dream fades. But the question remains, why do we dream? Why does the brain create entire worlds while we sleep? For a long time, humans believed dreams were messages. Some thought they were signs from the future. Others believed dreams were spiritual journeys. But today, science gives us a different perspective. Dreams are not random magic. They are the result of one of the most fascinating processes in the human body. Your brain never truly turns off, even when you are asleep. Your brain is incredibly active. In fact, during certain stages of sleep, your brain can be almost as active as it is when you're awake to understand dreams. We first need to understand sleep itself. When you fall asleep, your body doesn't simply shut down. Sleep happens in stages. There are two main types, non-REM sleep and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is the deeper, quieter stage. Your heart rate slows down. Your breathing becomes steady. Your muscles relax. This is when your body repairs itself. Cells regenerate. Energy is restored. But then something interesting happens after about 90 minutes. Your brain shifts into a completely different state, REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. During this stage, your eyes move quickly beneath your eyelids. Your brain activity increases. Your body becomes temporarily paralyzed. Yes, paralyzed. This prevents you from physically acting out your dreams. And this is when most vivid dreaming happens. But why? Why would evolution give us this strange ability to create stories inside our heads while unconscious? Scientists have several theories. One of the strongest theories is called the memory consolidation theory. Throughout the day, your brain absorbs enormous amounts of information, conversations, images, emotions, facts, sounds. If your brain kept all of it equally, it would quickly become overwhelmed. So at night, your brain sorts through the day. It decides what to keep, what to strengthen, what to forget. Dreams may be part of that sorting process. While you sleep, your brain replays fragments of experiences, sometimes clearly, sometimes in strange combinations. That's why you might dream about your school, but with your childhood friend inside a place that doesn't exist. Your brain is reorganizing memories, not playing a movie, but remixing pieces. Another theory suggests dreams help us process emotions. Have you noticed that after an intense day, your dreams can feel stronger? Stressful events, exciting moments, fear, joy, the emotional centers of the brain are very active during REM sleep. Especially an area called the amygdala. The amygdala helps process fear and strong emotions. This may explain why dreams often feel dramatic. Your brain might be safely rehearsing emotions, almost like emotional training. Imagine your mind practicing scenarios so you are better prepared in real life. But here's something even more fascinating. Animals dream too. Scientists have observed dogs twitching during sleep, cats moving their paws, even rats showing patterns of brain activity that suggest they are replaying their day. One famous experiment showed that rats running through a maze had the same brain patterns during REM sleep as they did while awake in the maze. It was as if their brains were practicing the maze. Again, dreaming may not just be imagination, it may be learning, and yet we still don't fully understand dreams. Some researchers believe dreams are simply the brain's attempt to make sense of random electrical signals. When you sleep, neurons fire spontaneously. The brain doesn't like randomness, so it creates a story to explain the signals, almost like filling in blanks. This is called the activation synthesis theory, in simple terms. The brain receives random input and then builds a narrative, which would explain why dreams can be so strange. Flying without wings, talking animals, changing locations instantly. Your brain is improvising. But if dreams are random, why do they feel meaningful? Because meaning is something the brain is very good at creating. Humans are pattern-seekers. Even when patterns don't exist, we look for them. This ability helps us survive, but it also shapes how we interpret dreams. Now, here's a curious question. Why do we sometimes forget our dreams so quickly? Have you ever had a dream that disappeared seconds after waking? That happens because dream memory is stored differently than waking memory. During REM sleep, the brain areas responsible for long-term memory are less active, so unless you wake up during or immediately after REM, the dream fades, like mist in the morning. And here's something even more interesting. Blind people dream. If someone was born blind, their dreams contain sound, touch, emotion, and spatial awareness. If someone lost sight later in life, they may still see images in dreams. Dreaming is not only visual, it's multi-sensory. It's constructed from your experiences. What about nightmares? Why does the brain create frightening dreams? Nightmares may serve a survival purpose. They simulate threats. Long ago, imagining danger before it happened could increase survival. If your brain rehearsed fear scenarios, you might react faster in real life. Even today, your mind may be running simulations, testing responses, learning. But dreaming isn't only about survival. It may also support creativity. Many artists, inventors, and scientists have found inspiration in dreams. The structure of the benzene molecule was reportedly inspired by a dream. Some musicians hear melodies while asleep. Writers discover ideas. When logic relaxes, imagination becomes freer. Dreaming may allow the brain to connect ideas in new ways. And here's a final mystery. Sometimes people become aware they are dreaming. This is called lucid dreaming. During a lucid dream, you realize you are inside a dream. Some people can even control it. Scientists believe lucid dreaming happens when parts of the prefrontal cortex, the logical thinking area, become partially active during REM sleep. It's like being asleep and awake at the same time. Fascinating overlap. So why do we dream? Perhaps to organize memories, to process emotions, to practice survival, to encourage creativity, or simply because the brain never stops working. The truth is, we are still discovering every night. While the world grows quiet, your brain continues exploring, building worlds, testing ideas, rearranging memories, and when you wake up, only fragments remain, but the process continues. Tonight, when you close your eyes, remember this. Your brain is not resting, it is creating.